Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Yeah, not bad. So oh, yeah, you're off. Back on.
There we
How
are. Yep.
are you today?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. So you mentioned 5 o'clock in the afternoon there. Whereabouts are you in the world?
Yeah, I'm here in the Eastern time zone. So it's I imagine pretty far from where you are. So
Yeah, you can see by the daylight.
yeah.
Yeah, down in Australia on the Gold Coast.
Really, really, how's that?
Yeah. Oh man, slice of paradise around here.
I bet, man. I bet.
Cool stuff, man.
Um,
All right, so you ready to get started?
yeah, man, of course.
Yeah, so just give you a bit of a rundown how we can do this. The idea is that we're probably going to have around half an hour before I have to jump on another call. But
Yeah,
the idea is that I'll pretty much just ask you a few questions, trying to understand where
of
you
course.
are, and
Yeah.
then I'll see what options we've got and see what I can help you with. The idea is like just pretty much to understand your situation. We've talked a little bit, and you mentioned you're growing the business and you're kind of having a few hurdles. So just trying to get into the depth of that.
No, I'm not having hurdles actually. Sorry, I actually have no intention of purchasing anything. I
Not
honestly
selling,
thought,
no.
oh, you're not selling anything. Okay,
No.
okay, okay.
That's good. Good that we're on the same page.
Oh yeah, that's good, man.
I just saw your content and I found it was really interesting. Like I've recently gone through a bit of a breakup and
Yeah, yeah,
just kind of getting back into the game and like getting my mental health back in place as well. Like it's always
yeah,
an anxious time to go through it.
yeah.
But what a passion of mine, and like I mentioned on the message as well, something that I work with a mentor is actually understanding businesses, and this sort of men's work is something that I've been really involved at the moment. So
Yeah, yeah,
the idea at this point is pretty much just to reach out to people, and interesting enough, we kind of got connected, and
yeah,
and
yeah.
kind of try and see where they are at and how actually I can interact with them. I
Mm.
don't have anything to sell, so that's not a sales call at all. Don't worry.
Okay, cool, cool. My bad for thinking that.
That's okay, man. I understand it. I mean, just coming in with a bit of a, Zoom call out of a brewer, I understand how it can be a bit, yeah, confronting, maybe.
It's fine. It's fine.
Nice, John. Can I call you John?
Yeah,
I've
John,
noticed your
Jonathan. I
email.
mean, John has less syllables, so
Yeah, make it
yeah,
easy. My name is pretty, yeah, short as well. I like short names.
yeah,
So, yeah, no, so well, exactly, coming from where we kind of stopped at the messages.
yes.
I've noticed that you have really good content and
Oh,
probably
thank
quite
you.
engaging. I felt myself quite drawn to it as well. I was just checking out your YouTube channel. I didn't know you
Mm.
had one as well.
Oh,
So
I do. Yeah.
yeah, pretty nice. And just wanted to understand. So do you feel like you're getting people engaged? And then the last little bit is what they're kind of lacking, like that commitment at the end to
Mm.
join in with the
Yeah,
coaching.
yeah, yeah. So, do I feel like I'm getting people engaged? Well, first and foremost, I think maybe TikTok has shadow banned me, maybe for my I don't know, maybe for my content. It's not the it may be a little bit blunt, especially towards the beginning, because the engagement I'm getting on TikTok, it's like 100, not 100, it's like 90% negative, right? But like I'm engaging back with those comments, like, hey, maybe there's something that I'm missing. And I've been growing, so that's really the only engagement I've been getting on TikTok is hate. But when I'm talking to like people like you right now, it's like you're saying it's very engaging, very insightful. I mean, I feel like that is what I do have to offer. And I do realize that getting engagement means that I grow more than anything. And it's also like actually proving to people that I know what I'm talking about and I'm not just speaking behind a camera. And so
Mm,
I feel like I don't know if you've seen my latest videos. I've started saying, hey, give me feedback in the comments. And that's not just
Yeah.
because comments like grow the page. It's because I want my community of sorts to be a community where we all grow together, where I'm just not stuck in an echo chamber, whether it be negative or positive. So I
Yeah.
want like everybody I'm with to grow. And I've actually stopped to hit on the next point you're talking about. I feel like maybe it was maybe a little bit intrusive at the end of each short, telling people, hey, here's a consultation. Like, you can have your first consultation free in my bio, right? The link's in my bio, or it was in my bio, because it's like, I'm, I feel like it comes off less genuine than me just giving content out at first, because it's like, I genuinely don't want people to think I'm just in this to take their money. I would rather have you get something out of this and improve your life than me take your money, to answer your question.
Yeah, interesting. And definitely, I think that, of course, you want to give out free content, but it's interesting as well to know that there is that option that if people want a bit of a, further development, they can have access to that as well. I myself looked at it and I was like, oh, interesting. So that there's that aspect as well. And it's something I didn't know existed not too long ago, this kind of support, this kind of coaching.
Yeah.
So interesting. So I've read on your page, but just wanted to hear from you as well. So what is actually like your goal? What are you looking for, like with all of this? Where do you want to get? Where do you see yourself?
So, well, obviously, long-term thinking, right? I try to think the most long-term possible. I try to think, where do I want to see myself at the end of my lifetime, right? I know it's not like you get famous overnight. And really, where I see myself, I see myself genuinely helping the world. Now, of course, when you genuinely help the world, you need to make a living out of it, of course. So you need to get money by extension of helping people. But helping people always is first and foremost. And I've seen, just from being on here about maybe 3 weeks, that my content is helping people genuinely. And really, the next step in it is to, well, I think I reached out to you about the 46-page guide that I was offering. I was in the process of reading that just today, because I'm actually going to be making a sales team around that. I'm going to be making a sales team around that, and they're going to be going and helping men who, and I mean, you can see the people who need help, because, and actually another point that I want to touch on, a lot of people say, I look at him, he's a fucking loser. I don't like to say that. And there's a guy I met. We had the same goals, same mindset, positive mindset. I actually told him about, this was like a year ago. I was like, man, all these people are fucking losers. He was like, no, man, don't say it that way. And now, honestly, that changed my perspective. So the people that I want to help, I don't see them as losers. I see them as they don't understand their potential yet. They don't understand their full potential, and I want to help them because I want to uplift people. So the sales team, going back to that point, the sales team I'm making, all the people, they're going to be looking around for people, they maybe hunched over demeanor, maybe they don't have the most magnetic aura, and they're going to be just going up to them, hey, I want to help you, see if you're struggling with anything in your life, and then put them on to me, join a sales call, or not a sales call, a Zoom call. I tell them, hey, this is what I'm offering, would you like to do this? And then have consultations as well, your first consultation free, just to see if we get along with each other. So if that answered your question, is there any part that I missed from?
No, yeah, just I can see that you're definitely someone that's got a bit of that altruistic feel, like you definitely want to give your gift out to the world and help, change the world one person at a time, maybe. But with your content, the reach just increases, and eventually, famous at the end of your life sounds like a good goal, man. And if you have the right mindset, and I feel like, you look like someone that is committed, that is putting yourself out there. It's not easy. So that has a lot of value in itself already. And then when you add, actual content, substance to what you're talking about, it's a win-win formula. So good stuff, man. So at this point, were you actually feeling like you're struggling with, because like I remember this is something that we kind of briefly talked about, because I can see that you do have content, you do have that, you know, positive energy. Do you
Yeah.
feel what is it missing for you to achieve that, actually, to get there? Because you mentioned the end
Yeah.
of the life, but
Yeah. So the one thing that I've noticed that I need to work on, I don't know if I'm struggling with it, I would say. I'd say it's the one thing that my content is missing, is actually, I'd say, going out and doing, like, I don't want to say like day game. I feel like that's like a cringy way of saying it. But my, if you don't have proof that you can do what you're talking about, you have no credibility. And so my goal is to just really go. So I live in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. So my goal, and I'm planning on moving to Nashville soon, but that's a whole nother subject. Anyway, my goal is to my goal is to go down, I mean, hire a cameraman, right? Go down into Charlotte and I have a very unique way of, like, and I'm actually a monogamous relationship guy, but I know how to, juggle, if you will, multiple women. I feel like I do. So really, my strategy is I would, like, go down to a bar or go down to some public place. And I mean, I hope that you can tell just the way I'm speaking, just the way I'm projecting. I'm not the quietest speaker. And I would go down and talk to somebody, right? And then in the span of 20, 30 minutes, just because of my aura when I'm talking to someone, all the people around me, like, they know I exist. They're like, okay, this guy has a presence. Women are going to sense that too. And women, they like, confidence, especially like actual confidence backed by competence. And so they're going to see me. And then what I would do after that, 20, 30-minute talk with whoever, maybe just casually, like, look around. If I see anybody, see any girls, I have my number in my back pocket. Hey, I didn't want to take up much of your time. I think you're beautiful. Here's my number. Have a good day. Just walk off. If they call me, they call me. If they don't call me, they don't call me. But the thing is, just that mysterious aura, and just like, okay, he's very confident and very articulate in the way that he speaks. So I'm not sure if that answered your question, or
yeah, in a way, I mean, I understand that for what you said, you definitely want to build on your content and actually
yeah.
create some proof of work,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that what you're actually, selling, or what you're actually presenting works. And
Yeah.
that's awesome. And definitely will build up on the engagement.
Oh yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
at the same, did you mention you monogamous? You got a girlfriend or wife, or is that what
Yeah,
you
no,
said?
yeah. So I was in a place about a couple months ago where I could have had well, I had multiple options. If I wanted to, I could have asked any of those girls out, and they were attractive girls, like 8s and 9s in my humble estimation. But I'm so focused on, like, work, that it's like, if I haven't built the base for myself, how am I gonna, like, support somebody else if I haven't built myself up first? So I'm still in the process of building myself up. But yes, when the time does come, I am monogamous. I was recently not monogamous, because it's funny, and I guess I'll just touch on this sub point, I suppose, just for like one minute. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna say his name. I know people are gonna go crazy. Andrew Tate. He
Yeah.
he he actually, believe it or not, I know he gets shit on a lot. He Instead of having, like, I actually kind of learned from AMS at first, Alpha Male Strategies, and that I was like, okay, I'm a rotation guy. I don't I fuck him and chuck him. But then I was like, okay, I want to have relationships with multiple women, invest in each one. But then when he did that podcast with George Janko kind of turned me on to monogamy. So I'm back monogamous, but this time, like, knowing how to do it, like knowing the correct male-female dynamics. And I totally forgot your question. Maybe I didn't answer it. Please tell me.
No, that's okay. I was just asking if you have family or, just to understand a bit about yourself as well.
Okay, yeah.
But that's fine. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay.
awesome. So the reality is that, usually when we're doing this kind of stuff, and I'm dabbling on the online space as well a bit myself. Do you have like an idea of when you want to get there? Like you're looking for followers, you're looking for, building your content. Do you have like a time frame you're working on something like that, or how is
Yeah,
it for you at the moment?
yeah. So I do have a time frame, and I'm gonna be posting an ad on Craig. Excuse me. I'm gonna be posting an ad on Craigslist tomorrow. I'm doing Craigslist before ZipRecruiter and LinkedIn, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be for the sales team. It's gonna be running them through what I did, running them through, what the product is. They got to be driven, 10 out of 10, driven person, 10 out of
Mhm.
10, believe in my product and believe in me and believe in the people that they're selling to, understand those people. And I'm going to build my sales team up, and I want to have income coming in, honestly, man, by the end of either this week or next week. What's today? It's February 11th, 2024. So
Yep.
I want to have income coming in by I don't know, February 25th. February 25th, I will have at least $1,000 from the sales team. Mark my words. 2 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just taking a few notes. I will speak as well, just so I can keep track of it, if you don't mind.
Of course, of course. And the sales team, it's scaling. I'm gonna scale it, bro. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good because and it's gonna be very unique in that I feel like the people that it's gonna be a question-based sales framework, and it's gonna
Mhm.
be because I was selling door to door. It's funny, I was
Yeah.
selling door to door. Shout out Top Tier Solar Solutions
Yeah.
in Charlotte, and I'm not extremely knowledgeable, nor do I have very unique opinions on solar. So I don't know if I was just trying. It was like aha, like a gotcha moment whenever I would sell somebody. I didn't like that. It's supposed to be a moment of I'm genuinely helping you instead of gotcha. Gotcha. It's not the way to scale
Mhm.
a business, right? Um, and so I felt like, what do I know? What do I know? Okay, I know male female dynamics, right? And so people that are going to be going into malls, that's where they're going to see the people physically. They're going to just be talking to them. Hey, maybe I can help you if you're struggling with this. I and honestly, before I digress, I want to make sure I'm on the topic that you're asking me about, because I feel like I tend to digress sometimes. So
That's okay. There's usefulness in that as well. But yeah, just what I kind of trying to touch on is like, so you mentioned in 2 weeks to make at least, one sale to make at least $1,000 in the next two
yeah,
weeks.
at
So
least,
what exactly do you yeah, what exactly do you have as in products? What are you selling? What are the services pretty much that you got to offer?
yeah, and that touches back on the social proof that you need. Like, okay, this guy actually knows what he's talking about. So what I have, so, and I think I already told you a little bit about this, but the people who are going to be watching this, they don't know. I've had a personal journal since I was 16. I don't write in it every day. I write in it whenever there's something that I want to remember my whole life. I'm averaging
Mhm.
maybe 11,000 words a month. I got maybe 600,000 words in total since 2018, September 6th, 2018. And so what I'm selling is a 46-page guide on, male female dynamics. There are five chapters. There's confidence via competence. There is social proof, which is the fourth chapter. Approaching women with the second chapter. I forgot the other chapter, but the chapter that really makes the most, that's like the reason why we're pricing this manual so high, is because in in the span of a month and a half, and people who watch this who like know me, they're gonna know what I'm talking about. I had 70,000 words when I worked at this particular place, and 22,000 out of those 70,000 hold 102 specific examples, which I'm using as the social proof as of now before we do the infield content of that I know what I'm talking about. And so, you know, aliases for identity protection, right? But there's like 102 examples there, and people are going to read them. And bro, it's a wild story to say the least. I've told it to a couple people, and one of my close friends, my dad, they're just whoa, blown away. That's kind of bold, bro. But it gave me the reputation that I haven't had. I started self-improvement halfway through 19. I'm 22 right now. I know, young, right? And so I feel like that specific time period in my life, it proved to me that I know what I'm talking about. And coincidentally, since I had written everything down at the end of each night, I know I have the exact things that I did that made me have the reputation. I honestly, and I'm not saying this is the reputation I was trying to gain. I'm saying this is the reputation that they pinned on me. They pinned me as a bad boy, and even towards the end of it, as a pimp. And again, this isn't me. This is not what I'm saying. This is what they said. So
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm selling. To answer your question.
Yeah. So the 46-page guide, and you mentioned coaching as well. So you also have a coaching option.
Yeah. That's it's kind of like an upsell, right? Because the 46-page guide paired with the coaching. Oh man, I feel like people are going to understand their potential more than ever before when they do that. I feel like because I've always talked to people, and they've always said I have unique insights as to what I'm saying. They've always said I have like different insights than anybody else in this space. I don't even know what space I'm in. I don't even want to call myself in the red pill. I don't know, man. I just got on here 3 weeks, but I have very unique insights, and yeah, I feel like, honestly, I feel like I'm the best at what I do. I know, very bold. I'm humble. I try to stay humble, but I feel like that's why I'm in this space, because I know I can make a difference in people's lives because of
You're trying to help
genuine...
people.
Sorry.
Oh, you're trying to help people. You know, that's what you said.
Yeah.
You're helping people out. You're changing the world one person at a time. So yeah, definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nice. So, all right. So you're looking at getting some sales from that, from the page, the 46-page guide. You're also, of course, offering some coaching with all your expertise, everything that you've learned, and the way that, you know, you present yourself kind of shows that you have that experience, although you're still young, but you already have plenty of proof in there already. Just for the, I had to read through the, I think you sent a few of the case studies, like a few of the examples. So yeah, interesting read. And what do you feel like it could be stopping you from achieving this right now? Like, what is it that nothing, you're just working on it?
Yeah, I mean, you said stopping achieving this. When you say this, do you mean like the business as a whole?
Yeah, because you mentioned, like, you know, helping the world, helping people, and also making money. So, well, with $1,000, it's, you know, in a couple of weeks, from $0 to $1,000 in a couple of weeks, that's, you know, a good jump. But at the same time, you know, do you have a number? You know, if you can talk about finance, do you have a number? How much do you expect making in, you know, a month
Yeah,
or
okay.
a week or a
Okay.
month? Or...
Yeah, oh shit, I can do that. So, yeah, man, and I will tell you an exact number. But before I
Yeah.
say that, it goes back to, you know, how confident you are in your sales team and how convicted they are in the product. And you know, everybody's going to be to be on the team. It's going to be like 10 out of 10 convicted in me and the product. Like, they have that much conviction, and they have 10 out of 10 drive, belief in themselves as a person. So now, to give you an actual number, yeah, man. Well, let's look at this logically. Let's do the math on this. So
Yeah,
let's see
let's
here.
do
Most
it.
people, yes, sir, yes, sir. So most people are going to be, let's see, in the range, because it's different income ranges, so it's really different options. I don't want to touch on that right now, but we'll do the math, the basic math. So let's say when I've built a sales team, I've made if I have, say, five salespeople, right? And they're all can have lots of conviction in the product. I don't want to say convicted, that has a bad connotation, but then that's like maybe going to be at least $5,000 a week for me. I want to say, if like everybody's has belief in the product, which they will. I'm always extremely optimistic. I don't see a reason to not be optimistic. I know I have a good product. I know I believe in myself, and I know where I'm headed. And I feel like it's going to be, at least at the very bottom, it's going to be like $5,000 per week. Like very, very close to now. So that's my honest.
How close?
Sorry?
How close do you mean? How close? Like, how close do you see that happening?
Yeah. So once I get this first ad on Craigslist tomorrow, then it's going to be the sales team. People are going to be like, yo, I want to get on the sales team. And so I feel like close. It could be in like 2 weeks to 3 weeks, man. This is it, bro. This is it. This is it's a lot easier than people think. I mean, honestly, it's going to be 2 weeks, and I have to say it. I can't say anything else than 2 weeks.
Awesome. I like the drive. That's good, man.
Thank you.
That's
Man.
the right mindset to move forward for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good stuff. So, right. So you're looking at building that sales team to
Yes,
actually
sir.
get you to that mark of the 5K a week, and that will probably be meaning that you're helping a lot of people on the way.
Yes.
So how many would you have to sell to make that a week? And I mean, you probably would have to take out the commissions as well if you're having a sales team working with you.
Yeah.
How many sales would you be making a week?
I would say on average, about 5 sales a week to be making that. So yeah, 5 sales a week to be making that. And with the team of 5 people, at the very least, all of them are going to make 1 sale a week. They're going to make 1 sale a day. They're going to make more than 1 sale a day. I already believe in the people that I don't even know who they are because of the standards I've set for who I want to work with. So.
Makes sense, man. It does. Well, it's very realistic, especially when you get a good sales team. That again, I work with a mentor, and this is kind of part of our expertise.
Yeah.
I feel like I got a fair bit of information from you, like from our conversation, and I think it can definitely give you some pointers, help you out in a few ways.
Yeah.
And there's even options again, moving forward. We can even schedule a call with that mentor, and he can definitely kind of summarize a bit of what we've been speaking today.
Yeah, I'm open to that.
But yeah, I've noticed. Yeah, James. Oh, he's very knowledgeable, man, and he's doing well in the online space. And I mean, we kind of know, right? Well, where we are at this point in the world. This is it. The online space is where we want to be. Location free. We can work from anywhere, anytime. In the morning here, in the afternoon there for you.
Yeah, I mean the Super Bowl's on right
keep...
now, but hey, I'm here, man. I no interest in anything but what I need to do. So.
That's it, man. That's good. It shows commitment, and I definitely notice, and this is something that I find really important, and it's something that I value a lot. It's people that are committed, that know what they want. You're driven, you have your goals, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you have your 5Ks out there, and ultimately your intention is to help people out, So that's definitely the good karma, if you believe in that kind of stuff. The good karma behind it, so I feel like this is something that we can definitely help you with. When you're doing 5 sales a week, that's something that it's very achievable. That's something that it's it's very easy, especially when you got, you know, a good sales team behind you. You mentioned yourself going with the questions based sales. So just before we move forward, just thinking, yeah, this is something that, because I'm just trying to understand something. So this would be just for the page guide, right? This 5 sales a week. This would be just for your page guide. Just
Yes,
for
sir.
the,
Yeah, and the upsell is like the
so that's not
upsell
even
is like
accounting for the coaching.
correct.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's even room for expanding on that.
Yeah, and then the sales team's going to get passive income. The person agrees to coaching. The whoever, you know, scheduled the person who actually purchases, they go into, you know, the coaching. Then that salesperson who scheduled them is going to get a cut from each of the coaching calls as well. So it's like passive income as well as, you know, active income. So
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so like I said, you know, this is something that I'm quite experienced with, you know,
yeah.
moving people from that place of engagement to the actual next step of making the commitment.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a little one next to me
You're
here.
good. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. Life happens, mate. Life happens.
Yeah.
The perks of working from home.
Yeah.
Nice one. Yeah, so just kind of lost a bit of a train of thought here, but
Good then.
getting back to it. So we were talking about, you know, you're setting up your sales team and
Yeah.
using that, I would say, the new approach to sales, where you're not
Yeah.
actually pushing and trying to get that aha moment, you know, like gotcha, where you're
Yeah.
actually, you know, giving people value.
Yeah, of
You're
course,
actually
man.
giving people value. And again, this is something that you know, quite experienced with,
Yeah.
and I feel that you already have the content, you already got it, and of course, if you can improve on that, you mentioned, you know, getting the social proof, getting out there, getting maybe a bit of infield footage, that would definitely help. You
Yeah.
know, day game, whatever it is, you
Whatever it's
know,
called, but
yeah,
yeah.
whatever it's called, whatever people want to call it, it is. And I don't think it's exactly red pill. And I mean, there is a lot of, I don't even like to use that toxic, you know,
Yeah.
word,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of stuff that is a bit borderline, and it can be quite polarizing with some
Oh
people,
yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, by your TikTok engagement, you know, that it's not all positive, to say the least. But
Yeah.
what you have is definitely something out of value, and it's definitely something that draws people in. You know, like I'm a 38-year-old man, and I'm drawn by what you're saying.
Oh, no,
So
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
there's definitely value in that, and I feel like really at this point, for what I can see, what you need is really a system that will help you push people from that engagement, from that, oh fuck, that's awesome, yeah, so what is it, how can I know more, you know, like
Yeah.
I want more. I'm getting a bit of a taste from, you know, the Instagram, the YouTube channel, but I want more. I want, you know, how can I deepen my understanding on this subject? Hey,
Yeah.
John, hey, where is it? You know, like, what is it that you can give me? You know, yes,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, here it is. How much is
Here we
it?
go. Yeah.
$1,000. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
there you go. What? 5,000, let's do it. You know,
Do it.
coaching calls, walk me through it. You know, like hold my hand and fucking walk me through it.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is exactly the point where you at. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
No,
I feel
you're
like,
100% right. You're right, man.
yeah, so I mean, getting the sales team on for sure, you know, this is something that definitely will help.
Yeah.
You said you have a bit of experience with sales yourself, which is also good, gives you a bit of an understanding, but
Yeah.
probably on a bit of the old ways, like you mentioned, going kind of cold outreach, knocking door to
Yeah.
door, and
Yeah.
kind of,
It's like more. I want to say the first ever sales job that I got, although I've, you know, picked up a little bits and pieces here and there, I've always been good at talking to people. Um was about 10 months ago, April 2023. They're selling digital marketing, and so I honestly, and it's weird because the webs. I'm not gonna name any names here, but there was
John,
a
sorry,
website.
let me interrupt you there. Sorry
Yeah,
about that. It's just because
yeah,
we're kind of running a bit out of time.
yeah. Of
I
course, of
just,
course.
I just want to set something up that we can
Yeah,
progress. I feel
yeah,
like there is quite a bit that we can work together. And I mean,
yeah,
this is like no sales call or anything. And so I just just looking at the timer here. So
yeah.
I would definitely would like to chat to you a bit more and see which other ways I can help. Like I said, I work with sales. I work with training salespeople. So I actually have quite a few contacts. And you mentioned you're putting an ad on Craigslist. Maybe we don't even have to. So
Really? Okay.
maybe we can actually work something out, and maybe I'll be the sales for your initial sales. Maybe I'll be
Okay.
your sales guy for
Yeah,
initial
man.
sales.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like this is kind of what we do, actually doing closing. I'm a closer, and this is what we do.
Oh,
We close.
okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't think it was by chance that we ended up bumping into each other in the online space,
God,
that is.
it's God, bro.
And definitely I can see a future going ahead. So just before our time runs out, do you mind if we pencil out another time for us to catch up again? Maybe I'll get the mentor
Yeah.
to jump in, and he'll do it totally
Let's
complimentary as well on our
let's
first call.
let's do that. And you said this was this was recorded, right? Which I like. I like this
It
is
is.
recorded, correct? Is it cool if I put this on my social media, or is this something that you don't want me to put on my social media?
No, definitely fine with that, man. You can use
Oh,
the
okay, cool.
content. Yeah, I think
Okay,
it's
yeah.
it's interesting that we're both building on it, and again, that's what relationships are about.
Of
We
course.
both
Yeah.
give each other value here. So
Yeah.
I appreciate your time, and I'm definitely having a good time talking to you. You're a really interesting guy. I like your
Thank you,
commitment. I
man. You
like your
too.
drive.
Yeah.
So how do you say we're booking a call for tomorrow? I'll have to look into the time zone stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we just do roughly at this time, 5 o'clock for you, 5
Yeah,
p.m.
man. 5 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, that works.
Tentatively.
Yep.
I'll have to confirm with the schedule as well. I'll try, like I said, I'll try and get my mentor with us so he can
Of course.
actually kind of summarize a bit more, and he'll give you a lot of value too. And again, complimentary on the first call, no worries. But let's pencil it out then. So tomorrow on the 13th,
Tomorrow on the
uh,
13th. Yep. Yep.
sorry, for you
Or
is the 12th.
yeah.